Stein.
And that's size again. Size.
On the other end, here's Wiltjer left wide open. Got it, a three.
That's what he does. It does it best. A little
post. Here's Harold back in the game, running the point. Wiltjer driving it, airborne. Yes, nicely done.
He should put points on the board for them.
This occasion.
Alex Len's going to be a quality player this year.
Wiltjer free. Yes, all net for a triple.
He feels it, man. He's got that great touch. Now he's got the bounce on the floor. Look at him bouncing.
Display right now is Kyle Wiltjer, the 6'10 sophomore from Portland, Oregon, lighting it up here in Brooklyn.
Ouch.
Dropping it down low. Wiltjer working on Len. Well, how about that give over the shoulder for 2 points? Poitras able to finish that one up, but is underway, and we come to you tonight from Brooklyn, and the first major college game played in this arena. There's another one by Wiltjer on target from three.
They better find him. They need Wiltjer to step up and make a shot. They've been getting nothing offensively. He has to make a shot.
And on cue, a three-pointer.
G comes from an athletic family.
He hit that three off the bench, their first three, just a freshman. Wells can't get it to go in tight. Knocked away. Kentucky trying to retake the lead. Wiltjer wants it again. Give him two more.
I'll tell you one thing. Wiltjer's becoming their go-to guy. He's a scoring guard. He's trying to play the point. He's like a mini version, they say, of Westbrook.
Wiltjer, he can really shoot it. I mean, he can really shoot it.
He flat out, man. You give him any kind of room, and there's a chance to make a living when you can shoot the ball.
Tonight here against the Cats.
See, those are the things they're going to get better and better for. Nice little screen. Flip on the top on Wiltjer and Archie Goodwin. Put some pressure on that basketball.
Noel dives in, comes over to steal.
Tell you, Noel, very impressive.
And Wiltjer on the feed from Mays, and here come the Cats.
I would go after him. Pressure a little more. Good timeout right there. And here's the run on. Great defensive play by Noel. The long arms. Wiltjer gets that front. Transition, gets the layup. Easiest look he's had all night.
Wiltjer with his first back.
This is the first zone defense the Wildcats have seen all year.
Kyle Wiltjer would like to see a bunch of them.
Yeah, that's his.
Here from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah, you don't think a 6'9", 207 player would be that much outside, but he's really an excellent three-point shooter.
Wiltjer, 3 threes between the two teams put up in this one, and all have gone in. Wiltjer puts it on the deck and steps back. You know, you used to deal with this a lot in the NBA, Kyle, but do you think when a coach communicates through the... And again, the Leopards throw it away.
Oh, nice move.
Just a heads-up play by Julius Mays, getting rid of the basketball instead of trying to throw a fancy spin off the glass.
Block out and rebound.
The reason he was screaming that, though, as Wiltjer makes another three, was that the ball came down deep.
Wiltjer got another one to go.
Well, you better find that guy if you're playing his own defense.
Figure out which is the best way to play when we have certain lineups in the contest.
Wiltjer hit another one. Gives it away. Hood with a catch, and now he'll reset the offense. Yeah, give it to Wiltjer.
A very unselfish play by Julius Mays.
Oh, is he putting on a show early? Wiltjer from Noel.
There's that passing ability I was talking about. Noel just...
Poitras going to work on Lewis Briggs. Nice pass.
Again, Noel's ability and willingness to give that ball up.
A runner to go. There's another pass. That's Kentucky's third straight basket off an assist. State extends the defense. Still have not seen the full court press. Wiltjer, his first three of the night. Talk about how that came to be. Wiltjer with the lob. worked on that today in practice, too. Wiltjer and made it count for the first 3 of the night. Check that. They say he was on the line. And Noel with another slam.
A little help, no screens, and just piercing this Kentucky defense.
Wiltjer down the center of the lane.
Wiltjer doing the same thing to LIU.
Put together 3 20-point games. Wiltjer for 3.
He's been kind of quiet tonight. He spent a lot of time on that bench.
He's got 5 assists. He had 10 assists against the end. And that was a moon ball on a set play delivered by Wiltjer.
I think the matchup inside, quickness against power, Noel against Cooley on the interior.
Wiltjer and one. Kyle Wiltjer with a basket to give Kentucky a 2-point lead.
They have a kid that can shoot the ball. Now here he is showing he's trying to improve his ability to drive with it.
And the Irish lead is out to 9. Notre Dame's made its last 6 shots from the field.
That challenger Wiltjer
with the left hand gets the roll and draws the foul. Wiltjer shown, as you said earlier, he can do more than just shoot the ball.
Yeah, he wants to be a go-to guy, right? Bring me the rock, and I'm going to take him one-on-one. And here he is right there. Great challenge, and he goes to the left hand with the score. Daddy was a big time.
Both of these teams off to a terrific start in terms of pace and typically take good care of the ball, and that's one of his strengths. Kyle Wiltjer is a terrific three-point shooter.
Kentucky now with 16 points off turnovers. Up and under, make it 18, and a chance for 19 as Wiltjer did in the first 20 minutes. 9-0 is the Samford run. Wiltjer.
There you go. There you go.
Against the Bulldogs. All of a sudden, Wiltjer hits an outside shot, and now it's 2 in a row.
See if there's more of the same here today. And there's that zone. Mixing up from man-to-man to the zone. They want to force Kentucky to shoot out over the top.
Wiltjer puts the ball on the ground and a nice finger roll move.
Well, and for a player that's struggling from the outside like Wiltjer with this game.
Wiltjer is feeling it. Not this time for the outside. The tap back to Harrell. And the lob play, Wiltjer finishes.
Struggles have been the play at the point guard spot. Inconsistencies and turnovers.
Wiltjer's 3 is good. Kyle comes away with it. And we'll see if the Wildcats can take advantage. Mays finds Wiltjer, passed up the 3, going to the bucket. And with the foul.
This time, a good quick swing out. Forces Barker to close out to the shooter. And Carr, a little bit slow.
Intimidated going up against big, talented players. He's played well here today. Wiltjer on the low block. He's got a nice array of moves. Shows off a little hook shot there.
Willie Cauley-Stein in there for the first time, going to work on Hurts. Wiltjer, who has struggled from the outside mightily as of late.
Move to the lane. Nobody from Kentucky over to get him. Nice feed inside.
Wiltjer, 2 for 2 from outside the arc.
How about Cauley-Stein?
Line was, we're not good enough to not do it.
Again.
Second half starts for Kentucky. And John Calipari has tried all kinds of different things to get his team out quickly in the second half. And that putback will help, but it has just not happened with any consistency for these Cats. Mays, Harrow, and Polson back in there for the Kentucky 3-guard lineup. There's Wiltjer, who shoots it like a guard, except he's 6'10". He is 228.
Well, there's a hooker and a hookee. Wiltjer again.
Wiltjer has hooked up from long range this afternoon.
Having a magnificent afternoon. Squares up, gets the defender to go by him, and just steps to the left and nails it. Leading the Southeastern Conference in that category.
Wiltjer again.
He is on target today.
Scott Sanderson has seen enough.
Just a Wiltjer nailing it. Boy, he's gotten himself in position to make those shots, and he's very good at that. Just need a little bit of confidence. Guys diving on the basketball floor.
Wiltjer up and under, and he got his own miss.
It was either Goodwin or Wiltjer. I'm not.
Wiltjer.
Players that Marshall brought in this year. He from Trinity Junior College as Wiltjer finally knocks them down. Key pieces right now. Wiltjer, that's his second three-ball of the game. He's got 6. Wiltjer.
Extremely well.
Okay, which one of us has the Richard Dreyfuss ball? Wiltjer from downtown. Right on cue, and that's why you love to bring him in, his perimeter shot. But he's got to be more than that to get playing time today.
One of the nation's best.
Cauley Stein leaves it for Wiltjer on the wing. Boy, they really needed that one to fall.
And you have to be able to do that.
And it's pulled down by Goodwin.
Nice job by Stein, Cauley Stein, to hold his position there.
Wiltjer again. That's what he can deliver. He plays the nylon song, and Patino calls a timeout. Can't dunk on a 7-footer.
He's got a big-time ticker. It's indefatigable. Never gets tired, and nor does Wiltjer miss if he gets a good look most of the time.
One of the best defensive players in the nation, Nerlens Noel, just a freshman. Now Wiltjer. Got it!
Can be.
Wiltjer. Got it, his second three of the night. I think the frustrating part for Eastern Michigan is Wiltjer jams it home.
Yeah, you see the replay. Here's great pass by Julius Mays. And again, that's great offense by Kentucky. But that's a total Braylon Harrison, whose father, Chris, was an outstanding player at West Virginia Wesleyan under the late Bruce Stewart.
Wiltjer's starting to heat up.
Last year with 27 wins.
Doug McDermott of Creighton averaged 26.5 points a game in the month of December. Wiltjer inside. Oh, it fell off for him. Second chance and one.
Special day for my wife Ellen and I, and Scott's been a remarkable young man. Actually worked here at Kentucky in the Sports Information Office for 3 years.
And they do a fantastic job all the way around. There's Wiltjer with the drive in the left hand. He's got 15 now. For the lefty, wanted to get one off. Here's Mays to push. Still struggling to catch his breath as he sits down on the floor right in front of us. Wiltjer takes a turnaround jumper, and Kyle's had a struggle tonight offensively. He hits a big one here. Hey, on the box, you have to make those 15-footers.
Kyle Wiltjer in the lineup for the first time gets a wide open look, and you can't leave him alone. He's too good a shooter.
Now Brady's a pick and pop guy, but
Wiltjer got a wide open look again. He had 7 of those against Lipscomb earlier this year, a career high. You just fellas on the inside as there was a little shoving going on before the inbounds pass. Three-pointer, Wiltjer, his second of the night.
can't let it happen. Ooh.
Wiltjer on the drive all the way around. Nice scoop shot with a right hand, and Kyle Wiltjer has got 10 off the Kentucky bench.
A good switch when Wiltjer's on the floor. Tennessee switching everything 1 through 4.
Wiltjer on the inside doing a little damage against McCray. Now Hager on the baseline, double team. Wiltjer open for a second. Now he's going to drive and put it up off the window. Showing us a little bit of everything.
Kentucky's offense is so much better when Kyle Wiltjer's on the floor. I know his ability to make smart plays. He gets a mismatch, and he goes right to the rim. You know he can knock that.
Wiltjer fading away. Tough shot. He can shoot the ball. Chubb with a shove on Wiltjer.
And Wiltjer free now.
And see, Chubb is just so inclined to go into the basket defensively. He's got to stay with Wiltjer.
3 times. Don't leave him.
See, he stayed with him, but then he got sucked in defensively. It's just not a habit. You know, he's used to guarding big postmen. Here comes the squeeze of the ball screen. They want to go under.
And Wiltjer that time cuts right past Chubb.
Chubb's struggling right now on the pick and roll defense. They're squeezing it. Made some huge plays to put Kentucky up in this basketball game. It's tough for team to zone.
Spot 3 for Wiltjer.
When they go small, you have Wiltjer at the 4 spot.
Can't finish, and Kentucky the other way.
Wiltjer with the ball fake and inside gets another.
And then if you make that adjustment, you're ready by your 3rd year.
But Chuck, did Kenny Smith ever tell you why his knees are so knocked?
Well, from bringing Michael Jordan water all the time.
Well,
Arrow the kick out. Wiltjer thought about a 3, now pulls up, fades, and buries it.
He is playing with a ton of confidence with the ball in his hands.
Case last year,
No.
from three-point land, they were horrible. Alabama by 2. Wiltjer working inside with a left hand. Nice move.
That is beautiful basketball. He's got a chance to finish.
5th tie of the ball game. Wiltjer almost had his shot blocked, but it went in. On the other end, he thought about a 3. Instead, he goes wide open in the lane.
I tell you what, Alabama's get-back defense is not getting back. Alabama, Brad, just outside the box, and you have to make them against Kentucky.
Wiltjer with 3 more.
They're going to go with Wiltjer, I'm telling you. Cal knows that this is the guy.
Cut off, forced one up, and it went in.
He will isolate you to death if he feels like he has an advantage, and right now he thinks he has it with Wiltjer.
Noel out high. Polson gets it to Wiltjer. He has been playing a lot better on the block lately, and you can see he has a lot more confidence than he did a couple of weeks ago. Archie Goodwin getting some help from his friends. Kyle Wiltjer, the putback.
yeah, Nerlens Noel made that pass. Nice shot by Johnny O'Brien. 2-3 zone for LSU.
Wiltjer on the baseline. Got it. Kyle Wiltjer. 24 at the line now. The lead is 3.
Harrow found an avenue, then it had stripped away. Wiltjer is going to take the jumper and got it.
Wiltjer is the dangerous guy in that on-ball screening action. I'm surprised at Ole Miss going over the top of the on-ball. It's another way to get into a shooter.
Wiltjer trying to drive the baseline, draws a double team, but with the left hand, a nice move underneath by Kyle Wiltjer.
That was a great stop.
Yet they lead by 2 with 11 minutes to go in the first half. Wiltjer, straightaway look, buries it, and there's a foul.
Now watch Wiltjer's going to come with this action right here. There's a down screen by Polson. Boom. On the flip side, John Calipari has had to coach effort every day the last 3 months.
Wiltjer got a square look at a triple and buried it.
So good, huh? Out of the timeout. After timeout points.
Goodwin to get it to Wiltjer. Wiltjer on the drive all the way around, a left hand off the window with a scoop shot. Stuffed in his face. Kentucky coming back. This could tie it, and does.
Now, what is Kentucky doing to Ole Miss? They're getting at that 3rd or 4th pass in the possession, and Ole Miss continues to not do it. Rack attack, but that was on the 3rd pass of the possession for Kentucky. Kentucky's move.
Is this for me? Mays trying to answer with a triple of his own. And another steal underneath and an easy deuce by Wiltjer.
There's the rim, though, did he? He had to make a away from the rim jump shot because of Noel's presence.
Wiltjer caught a skip pass and knocks down a 3.
Shoots it with ease. He needs to get to the 4th or 5th pass and let Ole Miss break down defensively.
Wiltjer, they want to get it in his hands. Triple goes again. Career high tying 24 for Kyle Wiltjer. At 16.5 minutes to go. Switch off. Wiltjer got it back, and there's the career high. 26 for Wiltjer.
Kyle Wiltjer, hold it, guys. He comes up, and now he's going to go to this angle. And watch what happens. He delivers the wood to Marshall Henderson, and now it's a pick and roll action. And normally this is a pick and pop guy, but he has some last.
Yep, absolutely. Goodwin on the drive and kick. There he is. Wiltjer knocks down his first three ball. He had a career high 26 in that win at Ole Miss.
They climb into his jersey.
They go to the post up for Wiltjer this time and repost it to Wiltjer. Got a mismatch and takes advantage and one. Picture perfect by Kyle Wiltjer.
It's a fist fight. It's a fist fight to catch the ball and then a foot fight to score it. And look at the footwork of Kyle Wiltjer. He sticks that, have to take away his path even going to his right. Mays didn't do it. And now Kentucky is still in a battle.
Nice cut inside by Turner. Had it blocked by Wiltjer. Kyle Wiltjer with a defensive gem.
And that's what Willie Cauley-Stein can bring you right there. Just goes up over everybody and then feeds the monster that is Kyle Wiltjer.
And that's what that guy can bring you. 3-point shooting. He's like a Ryan Kelly from Duke and Eric Murphy from Florida. A big
attack. Wow, an aggressive play there by Wallace. Tony Barbee wanted to push Wiltjer. The Tigers now 5 of 8 from outside that arc. And Kentucky answers.
Tentative play on either end of the floor.
Wiltjer with the left hand goes to work on the post up. Sullivan couldn't get it to go. This time Wiltjer takes it.
There's your transition three, Dave Baker. Offensive end energy, and how about the sweet shooting stroke of Kyle Wiltjer? What a luxury it is to have a four-man that can trail a play. And
might not see him for a while now. There are 2 fouls at the 8-minute mark. Here's Wiltjer. And Wiltjer off the glass with his first basket. Harrell gets it ahead, Mays, and now Wiltjer, a straight look at a three. Got it.
Finally gets an open look. I mean, that's a layup for him if he can square his body and get an open look.
John is just sitting with his arms folded and watching him play right now. They're not playing very well. Wiltjer, loose ball, scores.
Now for Calipari as Goodwin is back in. Hood to the bench. Shot clock is down to 3. Wiltjer's going to have to turn and fire. And the bank shot goes. His toughest delivery. And go figure that one.
Points in his last 2. And starting to find his rhythm, according to Conzo Martin, and having a terrific first half here today.
Wiltjer, nicely done by Kyle Wiltjer, the sophomore from Portland, Oregon.
Did he find some minutes to make the most of it?
4:25 to play. Crossover, Goodwin, kick out, catch and shoot. Oh, he's got a nice stroke. Kyle Wiltjer, 68. They're up 37 right now. Wiltjer. Book it.
Almost 5 minutes. Henderson trying to set up Kedron Johnson. Beautiful defense by Wiltjer. Gets the jump ball call. Leadership on the court for the Big Blue. Odom. Bounce pass to Henderson. That was blocked by Wiltjer. That's his second. You can see the emotion. He's trying to get off the snide and playing well here in the first half. Wiltjer for 3. Harrell got the rebound and kicked it out. That's the 3rd team foul on Vanderbilt. Good inbounds pass from Mays to Wiltjer. Right hand hook over the top of Henderson. Wiltjer's on the board.
At LSU on Wednesday, Kentucky, they've won 3 in a row. Goodwin from the corner had a block partially, but Wiltjer there to clean it up.
Now he's going to claim that as a pass.
Kentucky no problem with the pressure. Wiltjer for 3. Back-to-back possessions and a quick 5 for Kyle Wiltjer.
Cauley-Stein. Now Cauley-Stein's inside where he can do the most damage.
Wiltjer thought about it. Now he'll pull up and shoot the 15-footer, and then Kyle showing that nice touch.
Kentucky in desperate need of the bucket as the shot clock is now sitting under 8.
Now a little hook shot with Wiltjer right there.
There it is. Wiltjer scoring, and finally Kentucky, about 4.5 minutes or so since their last field goal.
Sweet with all the passing and movement that Georgia did there.
Wildcats, a chance for the last shot of the half. Wiltjer.
Little hook.
All the way to the bucket, and now it's about Nerlens Noel, and right now the Wildcats found themselves down by a half dozen. Wiltjer has really struggled from 3, and he finally knocks one down. He's 1 for 5 tonight. He just missed the dunk. Cauley Stein chases it down. Big fella going to lead the break. Give it up to Wiltjer for 3. Yes! Cats within a triple. Kyle Wiltjer now with a 7-0 run for the Cats, and Wiltjer now with a dozen points on the night.
Wiltjer gets set really well. He makes sure he got set. Had good footwork.
They've gone through adversity. They'll have stretches where they don't score the ball well. But I think that guy right there he is huge for Kentucky.
To the half.
On the offensive end, when Kentucky sets screens, they're not picking solid enough. Their guys aren't getting open for shots. Wiltjer stays with it. But notice when guys...
Hood. No good. Long rebound to Harrow. Runs right in to Henderson, and boy, that is the kind of night it's been for Harrow. But Wiltjer there for the tap in. Give Wiltjer 8 tonight. Lead back to 17. Wiltjer back it in Odom. Little scoop shot counted for Kyle Wiltjer. Is the 4th on Odom.
The bump. And now look, the sweep underneath the arm.
Kentucky fortunate though. Wiltjer got buried in the lane, gave up an open 3.
Cauley Stein sets up Wiltjer. He'll float one off the window. Gets it to roll home. The Wildcats putting together a run. They're down by 4.